dive into an ancient world where gods mingled with mortals and mythical creatures roamed the earth. Today we explore the fascinating realms of Sumerian and Abrahamic mythologies. We'll be unearthing the tales, beliefs, and rituals that have shaped civilizations echoing through centuries. From creation stories to great floods, divine human relations to laws and morality, and even the mysterious afterlife, we'll delve into it all. Join us on a journey through time, exploring the similarities and contrasts between these two rich mythological traditions. The birth of the world, a tale as old as time, told in countless ways. How do our two mythologies tackle this grand theme? Let's delve into the Sumerian creation myth first. It tells us of the god Enki and goddess Ninhursag, who together created the world. Enki, the god of water, wisdom, and creation, was responsible for shaping the earth, while Ninhursag, the mother of all living things, breathed life into it. On the other hand, in the Abrahamic tradition, the Genesis creation story is quite different. Here, a singular omnipotent God creates the world in 6 days, and on the 7th day, he rests. He speaks into existence the heavens, the earth, and all living creatures, including mankind, with Adam and Eve being the first humans. Despite their differences, both stories share the theme of divine beings bringing order from chaos. In both, the world is formed from a formless void, and life is breathed into it by divine forces. The Sumerian myth features multiple gods working together, reflecting their polytheistic beliefs, while the Abrahamic story features a single god, representing monotheism. From chaos to order, these creation stories lay the foundation for the worlds these mythologies inhabit. They set the stage for the divine-human interactions, moral codes, and beliefs about the afterlife that come later in these narratives. But that's a story for another scene. Water, both life-giving and destructive, plays a central role in both mythologies. Let's explore the tales of the great floods. In the Sumerian epic of Gilgamesh, we meet Utnapishtim, a man granted immortality by the gods. Warned by the god Ea in a dream, Utnapishtim builds a massive ship to survive a catastrophic flood designed to wipe out humanity. On board, he brings his family, craftsmen, and an array of animals. And now let's sail into the Abrahamic narrative. Here, a righteous man named Noah receives a divine warning from God about a flood that will purge the earth of its wickedness. Like Utnapishtim, Noah builds an ark, filling it with his family and pairs of every living creature. Despite the geographical and temporal distances between these stories, striking similarities arise. Both floods are divinely orchestrated, intended to cleanse the world of human corruption. Both Utnapishtim and Noah are chosen due to their exceptional righteousness, and both are tasked with preserving life through a menagerie of creatures. Yet, differences also exist. In the Sumerian account, Utnapishtim tricks the gods to ensure human survival, while Noah obediently follows God's instructions. These narratives reflect the respective cultures' views on divine-human relationships and the consequences of human behavior. Whether divine punishment or cleansing ritual, these flood narratives shape the moral landscapes of both mythologies. Gods and humans, a complex relationship filled with trials, tribulations, and divine interventions. In the realm of Sumerian mythology, the gods were seen as powerful, yet approachable entities. Humans, particularly kings and priests, were perceived as intermediaries between the divine and the mortal world. The king was often viewed as the chosen one, the earthly representative of the gods, whose duty was to ensure the prosperity of his people and the satisfaction of the gods through rituals and offerings. The priests, on the other hand, were the keepers of religious knowledge, performing sacred rites and interpreting divine will. Now let's journey to the world of Abrahamic mythology. Here, the relationship between God and humans takes on a different dynamic. God is perceived as the all-powerful, omniscient entity, not to be approached lightly. The prophets, akin to Sumerian kings, were chosen individuals tasked with conveying God's messages to the people. Kings, while important, were subject to God's will, and their power was seen as granted by God rather than as a divine right. The relationship between God and the general populace was also more direct. with individuals encouraged to seek a personal connection with the divine. Comparing these dynamics, we see that while the roles and expectations varied, the essence remained the same. A delicate balance of reverence, obedience, and communication, underlining the human quest for divine approval and guidance. These divine-human dynamics, whether harmonious or tumultuous, form the backbone of these ancient narratives. From stone tablets to divine commandments, let's delve into the moral and legal codes of these ancient civilizations. The Sumerians, a river-faring people of Mesopotamia, were pioneers in many ways, and the legal realm was no exception. The Code of Ur-Nammu, one of the earliest known law codes, was a testament to their innovative spirit. This code, inscribed on a clay tablet, addressed a variety of societal issues, from property rights and trade disputes to criminal offenses. It also showcased an early concept of an eye for an eye, a principle that would later echo in Hammurabi's famous code. Now let's travel west to the Abrahamic cultures, where moral and legal principles were believed to be handed down directly from the divine. The Ten Commandments, a cornerstone of Abrahamic mythology, were said to be delivered by God to Moses on Mount Sinai. These commandments encapsulated fundamental moral teachings, from honoring one's parents to prohibitions against theft, murder, and adultery. While both the Code of Ur-Nammu and the Ten Commandments sought to establish societal order, their origins highlight a stark contrast. The Sumerians framed their laws as decrees from a mortal king, while the Abrahamic faiths attributed theirs directly to the divine. Yet despite their differences, both sets of laws share a common goal: to guide human behavior and foster societal harmony. These moral codes, etched in stone and memory, continue to influence our modern world. What lies beyond death? An eternal question pondered by both Sumerian and Abrahamic mythologies. In the Sumerian worldview, the afterlife was a dreary, gloomy place known as the underworld, or Kur. It was a realm of existence after death, but not a realm of rewards or punishments. Rather, it was a shadowy echo of life on earth, where the spirits, or Giddim, of all humans, both kings and commoners, dwelled after death. The gods played a significant role in determining a person's fate, but the afterlife was largely indifferent to moral conduct during one's earthly life. On the other hand, Abrahamic traditions hold a starkly different view of the afterlife. Heaven and hell are presented as two divergent realities awaiting souls after death. Heaven, a place of eternal joy, peace, and communion with God, is promised to the righteous. Hell, a realm of eternal suffering, awaits those who live in sin and reject God's providence. Divine judgment, therefore, plays a pivotal role in determining one's eternal destiny. So, while Sumerians viewed the afterlife as a continuation of earthly existence, devoid of divine judgment, Abrahamic religions delineate a clear moral dichotomy in the afterlife: reward for the virtuous and punishment for the wicked. These visions of the afterlife, as diverse as they are, provide a window into the hopes and fears of these ancient cultures. From heavenly hosts to underworld denizens, let's meet the myriad beings that populate these mythologies. In the captivating world of Sumerian mythology, we come across the Anunnaki, a group of deities associated with various aspects of life, from creation and fertility to judgment and death. These gods were believed to descend from the sky to impart wisdom, establish civilizations, and even determine human destinies. Now let's take a flight to the Abrahamic cosmos, home to ethereal beings like angels and demons. Angels, often depicted as divine messengers, play pivotal roles in various biblical narratives. They deliver prophecies, offer guidance, and sometimes even carry out divine judgments. On the other end of the spectrum, we find demons, often portrayed as malevolent entities opposing the divine order. Whereas the Anunnaki were seen as creators and rulers in their own right, angels and demons in Abrahamic traditions serve more as agents of a singular, all-powerful God. While the Anunnaki's actions were often directly linked to the welfare or woes of humanity, angels and demons tend to operate in a more spiritual realm, impacting human lives in less tangible ways. These mythical beings, whether divine or demonic, add depth and intrigue to these ancient narratives, Their stories, their interactions with humans, and their roles in the grand cosmic scheme underscore the complexity and richness of both Sumerian and Abrahamic mythologies. From creation to the afterlife, we've traversed the mythological landscapes of ancient Sumeria and the Abrahamic traditions. We've seen the overlapping tales of creation, the flood narratives, the divine human interactions, the moral codes, and the beliefs about life beyond death. We've also encountered fascinating mythological beings. Even though these narratives emerged from distinct cultures and eras, they share common themes that resonate with our shared human experience. These ancient narratives, although distinct, share common themes that echo through the ages. As we conclude our exploration, remember, these are but glimpses into vast mythological universes. We encourage you to delve deeper, to read the original texts, to seek scholarly interpretations. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Remember to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments section. Until next time, keep exploring.